How to get buff. Today I just wanted to talk to you guys about how you can gain muscle and lose fat and stuff like that, because there's a lot of bad information on the internet revolving around that stuff. I'm just using some of the buffest cards in game. Mini P.E.K.K.A, he's got a sleeper build, you know how it is. Ice Golem's a golem, giant barbarians are self-explanatory. Firecracker's like the buffest woman in this game. Regardless, I'm going to be talking about some like health and fitness advice, so maybe you guys can get muscular. So first of all, how do you gain or lose weight? Because I'm sure if you want to get buff and you aren't, you're either overweight or underweight. Well, first of all, you got to know your maintenance calories. So your maintenance calories, they're pretty easy to calculate. You could literally, oh my god, level 6 barbarians, I forgot to use my card boost potion. Aw, fuck. Okay. Yes, so maintenance calories. Look up a maintenance calorie calculator online. It's super easy. You enter your height, your weight, a bunch of other information about your activity levels, and then it will tell you what your required daily calories are. Now, if you're overweight, you want to eat less than that, and if you're underweight, you want to eat more than that. Now, generally, depending on your experience weightlifting, because you should be weightlifting, by the way, is better than cardio when it comes to getting more muscular for a few reasons. First of all, it increases your individual musculature, because if you are weightlifting, right, you're gaining muscle. So even if you're not necessarily losing fat, you're going to be leaner because you're, what's it called? Because you're going to be increasing the percentage of your body weight that is muscle rather than fat. So yes, it is in fact a great idea to lift weights. And cardio, while it's good for burning calories, a majority of your calories that are burnt per day are actually just done through your body's metabolic rate, which means you basically burn a vast majority, like 85% of the calories that you intake per day by just existing, because your organs alone take in somewhere around 13 to 1500 depending on the person. So yeah, it's just like, you should really just be more focused on weightlifting if you want to get muscular, and eating either less or more depending on what you need. Now, how much less or more? Based on calories, it's actually pretty easy to calculate. So generally, the maximum either way you should go is 500 calories, which means if your maintenance is 2,000, the minimum you should eat ever is 1,500, and the maximum should be around 2,500. You might be wondering why those numbers. Well, those numbers are because if you eat too much, then you're just going to gain fat. Your body can't support muscle all the time. There's a chemical in our body called myostatin that kind of inhibits muscular growth. By the way, Evo Mega Knight when I'm playing a giant deck is so awesome to see. I love it. I love it so much. But yes, Evo Myostatin, what am I talking about, bro? What am I talking about? I'm talking about how I just lost because I don't have a big spell. Let me card boost these and I'll continue what I was talking about in the next one. But yeah, myostatin is a neurotransmitter. It basically says, hey body, you can't be making muscle like that. But myostatin doesn't affect fat. So while fat gain is pretty much uncapped, fat or muscle gain isn't, right? So you can gain as much fat as you can, but you can't gain as much muscle as fat, because muscle is just denser and your body focuses on quality. Now there's these little things, these are kind of unrelated, but they're called myostatin inhibitors, and they're not really good. The way they work is by uncapping your ability to make muscle. And you might be thinking, how is that bad? Well, it's not necessarily bad, because aesthetically, if you're making that much muscle, you're gonna look more muscular. But your body kind of focuses, or at least myostatin makes it focus, on making the highest quality muscle possible. Meaning that on myostatin, you're making high quality muscle, the muscle's as strong as it can be, but if you're not on myostatin, or if you don't have myostatin because of myostatin inhibitors, your body will start rapidly producing basically just visceral muscle, meaning it is visible, but it's not really usable. So you might look super buff, but then you can only bench press like 135 pounds, which, you know, not super impressive for a guy who's like 200 pounds of muscle now, is it? No. So, now what else is there? So yeah, you have to eat less or more depending on your weight. Along with that, you should develop a regimen for weightlifting, because weightlifting is just good for increasing muscle, obviously. You want to get buff here. I mean, maybe some of you are just here for like weight loss tips, in which case you just got to eat more, like, or eat less, sorry. You just gotta limit your calories, because a lot of people try these like fad diets like keto and stuff like that, and the problem with diets like that is they're basically just designed in a way to help you eat less, but some people think that because they're eating a specific way, it means that they'll lose weight, which is not exactly how it works, okay? If you eat 1,000 calories worth of donuts every day, you will lose weight. But if you eat 10,000 calories worth of like whole foods and stuff that's actually good for you, you will gain weight. That's just how it works, okay? You guys cannot cheat the system. There's no such thing as doing that, man. You just gotta eat more or less to gain weight, or lose weight as well. So that's just how it works. As for the actual exercise, it's always good to do some cardio if you're trying to lose weight, but it's also good to do cardio if you're trying to gain weight. The reason why people say stuff like cardio kills gains is because cardio increases your calorie deficit, which means you have to eat more, and for some people it's hard to eat a lot. Like, I find it way easier to lose weight than to gain weight, just because, like, eating becomes a chore after a certain point, and I just start to hate it. It's just, it does become, like, really, really bad. So yeah, it's just like that. Now, as for you know, weightlifting, just get a good regimen. Some people like tell you need to do X splits and stuff like that. You don't necessarily need to do anything. You just should do something, okay? There's not always like a best option, but there are some pretty good ones. So first of all, you could do something like God, this deck sucks! What am I going against? I'll see you guys in the next game. Whatever. But yes, do muscular exercises. Now, you might be wondering, how much should I do? Well, generally for muscular atrophy, not atrophy, sorry, those are, wait, is it atrophy? Muscular atrophy? Yeah, it's atrophy. Sorry, I just woke up, so I'm a little bit off right now. But yes, muscular atrophy is the process which causes muscle to grow. So that's what you want to maximize. So some people will say stuff like, oh, if you do this amount of sets, you'll optimize strength, this amount will optimize endurance, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Generally, you want to do around 12 repetitions in any weight-based exercise to gain muscle optimally. And you might be thinking, oh, so I just do 12? No, you don't just do 12. You do 12, which will take you to failure. That means you should find a weight where doing 12 will take you to failure or close to failure. Not necessarily just doing 12, because that is not enough. That's not how this works, okay? You can't just do 12, okay? If you're doing 12 at 5 pounds, that's not going to stimulate you very well. Now, is it? No, it's not going to. So you don't just do 12 at 5 pounds, you do 12 at like 25 pounds or something that will actually... What a terrible goblin barrel. Wow. Wow, that was a bad goblin barrel from this guy. What was that? So yeah, that's what you should be doing. And you should be hitting every muscle group. Don't skip legs. Do not skip legs. You will look like an idiot if you get muscular and you don't skip, and you do skip legs. You will look dumb, okay? Don't skip leg day. Leg day is my favorite. Why isn't it your favorite? Huh? You have no excuse. Don't skip it. Oh my fucking god. What a hand, dude. Oh, this guy's so annoying. This guy is genuinely like the mid-ladder fucking idiot. I can't... Oh, I would love to insult you worse, but I am a Supercell partner, and therefore I cannot be toxic right now. I cannot be toxic, Supercell. Supercell limits what I can say. Oh, but yeah, it is really that simple. Like, you just gotta eat more or less, and you gotta... Huh, I guess I'll just do this. You just gotta eat more or less, and you gotta exercise muscularly, and then boom, you'll start to gain muscle. And now there's this weird little thing, right? So some people find this weird gray area where they don't know whether to cut or bulk, which is to lose or gain weight. Now generally this is people who are like skinny fat. Now skinny fat is when you're not really fat and you're kind of like thin and you don't really have a lot of muscle, but what you do have a lot of is like fat. So if you take your shirt off, you still look chubby, but it kind of sucks because you're in like a weird little gray area. And yeah, that it does suck. It does suck being skinny fat for a lot of people, right? So how do you get out of that? Well, there's this thing called a body recomposition, and you can't really do it if you're like an experienced lifter, but if you're a beginner, which if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're a beginner, then what you can do is a body recomp, where you go on a 100 calorie deficit, so a super small deficit, right? And I have maybe just lost. Oh my fucking god, that's like 30 elixir down the drain. Okay. It's fine, I can still beat this guy super easily here. Where you go on a 100 calorie deficit, and you just exercise as you would. He just sold. So yeah, that's literally it. 100 calorie deficit, super small deficit, I know, sounds like it, but it will allow beginners, people who don't lift weights that much, to lose fat while gaining muscle at the same time. With that being said, though, if you have a lot of like time spent weightlifting, if you've been doing it for like a year or more, maybe a little bit under a year, you will not be able to do this. You will just very slowly lose fat. Because this kind of relies on the fact that beginners in the gym rapidly gain muscle. A vast majority of the muscle you gain in the gym will be in your first few months to year, right? It is a super diminishing return how muscle growth works. You will gain like 10 pounds of muscle in your first year, and then like a pound every 2 years for the rest of your life. I'm not even joking. It is very diminishing, and it demotivates some people over time. That wasn't a great play from this guy, but he doesn't. But that's only because he doesn't know I have barbarians. Oh, and that was a terrible void spell because now. Oh yeah, sunglasses, right? Right, you fucking idiot. Let's see what you do on that right side and this left side. Oh, Royal Ghost at 0. Yeah, I can tell you played that at 0, dumbass. Well played. Fuck you, kid. Sorry, I'm getting toxic again. Yeah, I can't be doing that, Supercell. Hello, Supercell. You guys aren't watching this, are you? Well, if you are, well, this is a positive video. I'm trying to influence people to better their lives. So I think you guys can let me slide being a little bit toxic to Deuce004, right? But yeah, it really is that simple. So yeah, you'll gain a vast majority of your muscle in the first year, and if you want to leverage this, go on a 100-calorie deficit, go in a body recomposition phase. You will gain muscle while losing fat, and you'll probably just get way leaner comparatively. This guy's running the fucking the 4 Musketeers deck. That's insane. Why are you playing this? Well, I mean, I can just do this, and then I can do this. This guy's not very great, but it's completely fine. You know how it be. But yeah, that's really all you guys need to know. It's pretty simple. I mean, I don't really have much else to, like, other advice. If you have any, like, questions or anything, put it in the comments down below. Just don't use steroids. The thing I always tell people who want to start using steroids is that if you use steroids, your balls will get smaller and your penis will stop growing if you're under the age of 22, I think. So yeah, especially if you're under 22. If you're like 18, you're using steroids, buddy, you're gonna stop growing. And I'm not talking about height, okay? It keeps going until you're like 21, 22-ish, okay? So don't hop on steroids if you care. Like, no, really, don't hop on steroids. It's terrible for you anyway. It will kill you. Like, it really will kill you. So don't do that. Don't do all that. But yeah, this is going to be another easy game. Some more life advice for you guys. If you guys like these videos, leave comments on like what other topics you want me to cover, because I'm very knowledgeable on a lot of things. What a push, by the way. What the fuck is that? But yeah, I'm quite knowledgeable on quite a many topics, so just ask me questions in the comments down below. I'll answer them. Ask me about topics you guys want to see. I'll have more stories for you as well. I'm going to do these videos, which are scripted, and then I'm going to do the story videos as well, which are unscripted, and then just the talking and all that. So yeah, expect more of those as well. Don't worry, I'm not completely shifting the content style. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.